Hey everyone, Kevin from H-Town checking in with you on this very late winter day. Huge news coming from Europe. As it appears, we're in the very beginning stages of a NATO-Russian war in the Ukraine. And if you've been watching anything from the propaganda press, the Mockingbird media, the last few days, you'll have seen Joe Biden publicly calling Russian Federation President Vladimir Putin a killer with no soul. Now, the timing of this announcement by Joe Biden is very curious because at the same time this announcement was being made in our propaganda press, we see the country of the Ukraine amassing armor and troops on its eastern border with Russia. You see, 3 of Ukraine's territories have seceded from the country. One of them, the Crimea, voted to return to Russia several years ago. And the other 2 territories, Donetsk and Luhansk, have formed their own republics. So ostensibly, the Ukrainians are mad and they're trying to get territory that once belonged to them back into the fold. Now, anyone with any knowledge of geopolitics or military action understands that the Ukrainians will not be doing anything without the approval of the United States government. They will not move an inch unless those controlling the U.S. government tell them to do so. Now, at the same time this is happening, the U.S. government also threatened sanctions, financial punishments for any corporation or individual that helps Russia build a natural gas pipeline to Europe. And most people would say, what does any of this have to do with the United States? What do we care about the Ukraine? What do we care about a gas pipeline from Russia to Europe? What in the world does that matter to us? Well, the answer is actually quite simple. All these moves are being made by the U.S. government to maintain its top dog status, to maintain the post-World War II world order. Unfortunately, the world is a lot different in 2021 than it was in 1945. Back in 1945, there were only 2 industrial countries left standing after the war, the United States and the Soviet Union. And therefore, the United States could leverage its natural advantages and did so to become the world's lone superpower by the close of the 20th century. But today, things look a lot different. The situation has changed. It's not just 2 countries that hold the power in the world these days. Now we are entering what's known as a multipolar world, in which several countries hold key amounts of power. Unfortunately, though, the U.S. government is approaching the 2021 world as if it was the 1945 world, and is relying upon coercive force to get its way. And that's why we see these war clouds forming in the eastern part of Ukraine on Russia's border. It is a very dangerous situation, a situation that is not being reported on in our propaganda press. And it's something that could be a complete disaster, not only for the United States, but also for the entire world. And it comes as a direct result of the U.S. government not being willing or not being able to adjust its tactics and its strategy for this multipolar world in which we live. There are times when you, yes, must use coercive force, when you must use your military for your own benefit and to benefit your situation. However, if you rely upon coercive force and military force all the time, eventually you find yourself in a situation that's very difficult to get out of. And this potential war in Eastern Europe kind of looks like it's one of those situations. Unfortunately, no one is talking about this in the propaganda press. Everyone is being kept in the dark and getting the mushroom treatment concerning this story. So in the description box, I will put a link to the Hal Turner radio show, because evidently he's the only one talking about this issue. So check it out. Take a look. Let me know what you think. This is Kevin in the Republic of Texas, wishing you well, saying God bless each and every one of you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.